So hello guys, today in this video we're going to compare the Canon's G7X Mark II that I'm filming on right now versus the GoPro Hero 9. So both of these cameras are really good, and both of these cameras has different color signs and also depth of blur. This is the depth of blur out of the Canon's G7X, and if you want to see the same video shot using the GoPro Hero 9, here we go. We're going to power on the GoPro Hero 9. As you guys can see, both of these cameras has a front LCD screen. The GoPro has this tiny LCD screen at the front. So let's record is using the GoPro Hero 9. Let's shoot this video in 5K resolution so that you can see the best quality out of the GoPro Hero 9. So here we go. So this is the same video shot with the GoPro Hero 9. How is the depth of blur? I know there is no depth of blur inside the GoPro Hero 9, so it's going to look straight out of the camera, like entire frame of the video really sharp. There is no depth of blur inside the GoPro Hero 9, and I really like the GoPro's audio compared to the G7X Mark II's audio. The Canon's mic is not that good.
എന്താ സംസാരിക്കണ്ടേ? വീഡിയോ പിടിക്കാൻ നോക്കാനോ? ഞാൻ ജസ്റ്റ് മറ്റേ ടെസ്റ്റ് വരെ നോക്കാനാണ്. ജസ്റ്റ് ഇങ്ങനെ ക്വാളിറ്റിയുടെ എന്തൊരു വ്യത്യാസം ഉണ്ടെന്ന്. കിട്ടുമോ? അങ്ങനെ കിട്ടും. എന്താ സംസാരിച്ചോ? എന്താ സംസാരിക്കണ്ടേ? വീഡിയോ പിടിക്കാൻ നോക്കാനോ? ഞാൻ ജസ്റ്റ് മറ്റേ ടെസ്റ്റ് വരെ നോക്കാനാണ്. ജസ്റ്റ് ഇങ്ങനെ ക്വാളിറ്റിയുടെ എന്തൊരു വ്യത്യാസം ഉണ്ടെന്ന്.
So depth wise, the Canon's G7X Mark II is better than the GoPro, but the audio quality is better on the GoPro. I like the audio coming out of the GoPro compared to the G7X Mark II. Right now I'm using the built-in microphone of these two cameras, so you can hear the audio coming straight out of these cameras without an external mic. Inside GoPro you can plug in an external microphone, but inside the G7X Mark II you cannot do that because it doesn't have a microphone input jack. So that is one thing to be noted. Now let's talk about the photo and video quality of both of these cameras. The GoPro will go up to 5K resolution at 30 frames per second, whereas the Canon's G7X will only go up to 1080p 60 fps.
വീഡിയോ ആണേ, നല്ല ക്വാളിറ്റി ഉണ്ട്.
ഞാൻ വണ്ടി ഓടിച്ചു, ജീപ്പ് ഓടിച്ചു എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞാൽ അവനിട്ടെ ഫേസ്ബുക്കിലാണ് കിട്ടെ. എന്നിട്ട് അവൻ്റെ അളിയൻ ഞാനും ഓടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നോ, ഇവൻ വേറെ ഉണ്ട് വണ്ടി ഓടിക്കുന്നത്, തിരിച്ചു പോയി.
But the best part about the Canon's G7X is that it has a built-in ND filter. So imagine if you are shooting this video in a bright sunny day, you can still get the background blur by enabling the ND filter inside the Canon's G7X Mark II. Whereas on GoPro it is not having that depth, so there is no point in including an ND filter for the GoPro. The GoPro is an action camera, so what that means is that you can mount it to anywhere you like you can mount it to a helmet if you want to, you can mount it to your chest, you can mount it to your helmet. There is like no limits to the places that you can mount your GoPro Hero 9, whereas the Canon's G7X you cannot do that. Like you can only like hold it in your hand. There is no mounting options. You can like mount it to a tripod, but you cannot mount it to your helmet or like bike like an action camera like GoPro. So now let's talk about vlogging, which is the best camera for vlogging.
So the G7X Mark II has this higher depth of field look, and the GoPro has this everything in focus look, and it's a little more wider.
Both of these cameras has this front screen. Inside the G7X Mark II you can like flip your screen to the top so you can see yourself while filming. If I had to pick one camera for the best vlogging camera, it will be the Canon's G7X Mark II, because it has that depth and also that look which makes everyone look good. Whereas the GoPro, it's just too wide, and I don't know if you guys have noticed that it squeezes the image a little and your face will be like flattened little bit. So that is one thing that I noticed with the GoPro compared to the G7X while vlogging.
Don't get me wrong, guys. The GoPro Hero 9 is an excellent camera for vlogging. I'm just giving it to the Canon only because of the color science. The GoPro's color science don't look that good when we are shooting people. Like, my skin tones looked so bad in GoPro compared to the Canon's G7X Mark II. That was the only reason I told you guys the G7X Mark II is a better vlogging camera. But if you are talking about the quality side of the camera, the GoPro is like 100 times better than the G7X Mark II, because this camera has a 5K video resolution, and also it has that insane amount of gimbal like stabilization that is like, what you can say, best in the market right now. Like, this is just handheld footage that you're seeing right now, but it looks like a gimbal. And also the video quality coming out of the Hero 9 is sharp to the center, to the corners. Really amazing quality, by the way. I don't know how they managed to take the small action camera's video quality to the next level like this, but it's really good. If you are a skin tones guy, then go for the Canon, otherwise go for the GoPro. The GoPro footage looks really good. So this is a vlog that I took from my relative's home, and you guys can see how sharp the video is. So this is an early morning vibe, so this is like low light situation for an action camera. If it was not a GoPro, I'm pretty sure this footage will be looking so bad, but the GoPro footage looks really excellent in my opinion.
Some things that I need to be mentioning before telling that the G7X is better is that this thing is waterproof straight out of the camera. You don't need any extra housing for it to be waterproof, but the G7X is not waterproof and also no dust protection. That means if you are in a dusty place, the dust can get inside the G7X Mark II's lens, and that is going to be a big problem for some people.
So I really want to mention this trip because we went to a waterfall near to my house and it started raining and the entire place got so misty that I was very scared to take out my G7X Mark II because of moisture problems. But the GoPro is waterproof and also dust proof, and also it's weather sealed. That means you can take it in any situation, no matter it is raining or it's foggy. The camera is not going to face any problems. And these things makes the GoPro Hero 9 the ultimate vlogging camera.
The place was entirely foggy, so if I took out my G7X at that time, I am pretty sure it will get inside the lens. The moisture problem inside this camera is really going to be a threat while shooting in those situations, whereas the GoPro is weather sealed, waterproof, dust proof, everything proof. You can take it any place.
That include even underwater without any housing.
So that is one thing to be noted. Now let's talk about the photo quality. So the photos coming out of the G7X Mark II is going to have the best dynamic range compared to a GoPro Hero 9, and also this camera can produce that depth of blur that gives that DSLR look to your photos, whereas this keeps entire things in focus and ruins the professional look of your image. It kind of looks like a mobile phone photo with better dynamic range. So which is the better camera? I would say both of these are really good. If you have the money, you can go for both of these cameras and shoot in different scenarios. Like for headshot like this, I prefer the G7X Mark II rather than a GoPro Hero 9, because the skin tones and the, what you can say, peoples look really good in the Canon's picture profile compared to a GoPro picture profile. The GoPro picture profile is good, but not up to the Canon's skin tone science, color science, what we can say. The color science inside the Canon G7X Mark II is really good. It makes you look really good in the camera. So let me know what you guys think of my opinion, and let me know in the comment section.